Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do this video, I'm going to try and do it in one take without really a script. I've thought about what I wanted to say, but I feel like if I do a script, I've tried to do it and it just doesn't feel genuine. And I always want to really be genuine with you guys. So please excuse any flubs, excuse if I go, if I lose track. Please forgive that and bear with me. What I'm going to do right now is talk to you guys about the realities of van life and how it has not been what I expected. Now, obviously, I did not expect it to be easy or fun or a nonstop vacation. I watched van life videos for 2 years and I watched all of them. I watched all the ones that go, I love van life, it's great. I watched, I hate van life, I'm giving it up. 10 things I hate about van life. 10 crappy things to know before you start van life. I watched all those. So I knew there was going to be hardships. I knew there, it was not always going to be one nonstop party. I will tell you though, there's one thing I was not really prepared for, and that was the absolute loneliness you feel on the road. And you might be thinking, yeah, duh, you're by yourself. But it's really different because I'm an introvert. I like being alone. I've always worked jobs where I'm around a ton of other people and I go home and I just go in my room. My last roommate is still one of my best friends and I loved living with her and we had a great time living together. But there were times I just wanted to stay in my room and I did not want company. And I thought, I could totally handle being alone. It shouldn't be that bad. But it's different. It's loneliness on a totally different level. It's like real loneliness. You're out there and there's no one to turn to. There's no one to go to. You can make a phone call and talk, but that's not really the same thing. And when I was at home, if I was alone in my room, I could always just walk out and say hi or sit down and have a glass of wine with her, or we'd watch a movie or something if I wanted to. And if she wanted to. Sometimes she wanted to be alone too. But there's always someone there. Here, there's no one here. Even at a campground, I still felt really alone. There's people around, but I don't know who they are. The second thing about van life is when you're parked somewhere, I'm assuming you eventually get used to it. I'm not even 4 months into van life. So I'm assuming you get used to all the noises. Because when you're in a van, every single noise you hear freaks you out. Especially when you're sleeping. Because you're usually sleeping in a different spot every night. And even when I'm visiting friends or family and I'm staying there, I spent like 3 weeks with my dad. He injured his back, so I spent 3 weeks with him helping him out. But I slept in my van and there were still weird noises every night that I wasn't used to. If I'm parked on the street and not sure I'm going to get the knock, every single noise, is that a police officer pulling up? Is it some weirdo walking by? The other night, I was in LA visiting some friends and I was sleeping on the street. I got woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning by a weird noise, looked out my window, 3 guys jacking up a Prius, jumped underneath with a saw, cut off the catalytic converter, threw it in the trunk and took off. Whole thing happened in less than 30 seconds. I'm like, holy crap, I just witnessed these 3 dudes steal a catalytic converter. And I thought about calling the cops, but what would I say? 3 guys, could not tell what race they were, driving a sedan with the lights out. So I didn't see their faces, they're tall, maybe 5, 10, 6 foot. That's all the description I would have. The lights weren't on. I didn't see the license plate. I can give them nothing. There's no information I could have given them for it. So I just had to let it go. Thank God they're not after my catalytic converter. From what I understand, they're really after the Prius ones. Let's hope they're not after mine. Last thing, they'd be woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, someone jacking my van up and trying to cut my shit off. So anyway. So yeah, every noise wigs you out. When I first started van life, it was really, really stressful for me. Mainly because what I was focused on was finding a place to sleep every night. And for me, one of the reasons I did not do a lot of filming when I started doing van life was I didn't want to be concerned with always creating content. I wanted to be in the moment. I wanted to experience van life as it was happening. I didn't want to keep looking for, oh, that's a good shot, and that's a good shot, and let me talk about this, and let me make a video about this. I just wanted to be in the moment and enjoy it. And then I realized a few weeks in, I'm not enjoying the moment because I'm looking towards the future, like, where am I going to sleep? And I was on my app. I have the iOverlander app on my phone. Great app. If you're a regular camper, if you're a van lifer, whatever, it's a great app to find places to sleep, find campgrounds, gas stations, water fill-ups, laundry, whatever you guys need on the road. It's a great app to find it. It's a free thing run by volunteers. I am not being sponsored by them at all. I'm just saying it's a great app to use. I highly recommend it. So I was using that app a lot, but I realized as soon as I got up in the morning, I would plan my trip around where I could find somewhere to sleep and not really where I wanted to go and explore. Now, granted, I started van life in winter, and this has been one of the worst winters on record in years. I was down in the desert near Temecula visiting my dad, and we got snow there, which is crazy. I was in Joshua Tree for a couple of weeks. High winds. Was not fun. I mean, it was a great area. I loved being there. When the weather was nice, I was outside as much as I could be. It was really, really windy, and the weather was not really cooperating very well. I went to Oregon to visit a dear friend for Thanksgiving. I was up there for almost 2 weeks. Getting up there scared the crap out of me. I have not driven in snow in years. I have not driven a van this size in snow since 1999. And when that happened, I was actually on tour with the Children's Theater Company. I used to be an actor. And we had a big cargo van. It's very similar to this one. And my partner and I drove around the Midwest, and we would go to schools and put on a play. And the van carried all of our costumes and props and set pieces and all that, and we would stay in hotel rooms the company paid for. So what happened was we were in North Dakota in wintertime, driving along. It was cold, black ice. I was driving 45 miles an hour, hands at 10 and 2, driving very, very carefully. The wind hit the side of the van, and we just spun out on the ice. I didn't do anything wrong. No one is at fault. It was just one of those freak things that happen. But I realized driving this van in that weather, I was like kind of re-experiencing that accident. And I was freaking terrified at times going across that snow. So as soon as Thanksgiving was over, I came back. I wanted to go to Portland and Vancouver, Washington to visit some friends and family who are up there. But my van's not winterized. I'm not ready to drive in the snow, and I really don't want to risk crashing my home. Which is one of the things I plan on doing this summer, is getting my van winterized, getting some better paneling done, getting some more insulation in. Hopefully, I'd love to get one of those Webasto diesel heaters to keep me warm, so I don't have to worry about finding electricity at night. I did get the Mr. Buddy propane heater. Didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I heard too many horror stories about it. And for me, like, getting up and when in a freezing cold van to spend 30 seconds, like, holding it down, then turning it on, and then I have to crack a window so it wouldn't burn up all the oxygen in the van. And, well, I've got a window open and cold air coming in. What's the point in having a heater on? So I got rid of that. I do have an electric heater, so if I have access to electricity, I'll plug it in and use an electric heater. If I don't, then I just curl up nice and snug in my blankets and deal with it as best I can. I am not looking forward to summertime. I don't mean like I want to get out and do hiking and everything and have fun and enjoy the summer. I'm not looking forward to summertime in my van because it's going to get really hot. I don't have a vent yet. I don't have proper electricity for a fan. So it's going to be a trick. That's going to be something I need to do as soon as possible in this van. So that being said, I mean, I have had fun. I have had some nice adventures. I went and saw some friends I haven't seen in years. I used to live in Mendocino back in the late 90s, and I have dear friends up there, so I got up there to visit them. Beautiful spot to park right by the ocean. I went to, I said again, Oregon for Thanksgiving. Saw a very dear friend. Coming back down, I stopped in Turlock, which is in Central Valley. Saw another old friend who I've been friends with her for 30 years, so it was really great to see her again. And then went back down south, spent holidays with my dad and my family. And it was really important to me this year to be with my family on the holidays because my mom passed away last year. So this is the first holidays, the first Christmas we had without her, and she loved Christmas. It was one of her favorite holidays. I was glad to be there for that. And then just going out like Joshua Tree and hanging out for a couple of weeks. I went to Schoolie Palooza, which was a lot of fun. My first Nomad meetup. It was great. I loved meeting all the really cool, interesting people there and seeing all their interesting builds and their fun builds and getting inspired and do some things myself. What I'm gonna do with my van. So it's been a lot of fun, but it's also been a lot of work. And now my unemployment is up. I need to find a job. So I've had a couple interviews. I'm waiting to hear back. So it looks like I'm back actually where my journey started. I used to live in Morro Bay, California, which is around the Central Coast, if you're not familiar with that. About hour and a half, 2 hours north of Santa Barbara, right near San Luis Obispo. So I'm back where my journey started. I really came back here because this is where I kind of want to spend my summer. I have a lot of really good friends up here. I want to spend more time with them. I have a friend who was going to help me do the rebuild in my van. But there's also a lot of really beautiful areas around here. We're like 2 hours from tons of really cool things. So definitely going to see more videos of me hiking, hopefully backpacking. I'm going to get a mountain bike soon and start doing some mountain biking. And I'll probably take you guys around some wineries. There's some great wineries here. We have the End of Valley AVA and the Paso Robles AVA right here. Phenomenal wine. Some great microbrews. So if you guys are interested in those, let me know. Leave some comments down below. You want me to visit some wineries, some breweries? Let you guys know what's available up here? Absolutely, I'd love to do that. So, again, thanks for watching. I know I said in one video that I will not always be sitting here just yapping at you. But sometimes I will just be sitting here yapping at you. It depends on what the video is going to be and what I want to talk about. But again, thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. And when you watch a whole video, it really helps me out a lot. I really appreciate you guys watching all the way through. That helps move me up in the algorithm on YouTube. I get exposed to more people and my channel can grow. If you have comments, please leave comments, questions. If you hate what I did, tell me you hate what I did. Give me constructive criticism. I love constructive criticism. I constantly want to improve what I do. So, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That really helps me out a lot. And if you know someone who might enjoy my content, share it with them. Let them know what I do. Share to your social media. Let your other friends on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok know what I do. So, all right. Thank you so much, you guys. Again, thanks so much for watching and your support. I love you all. Have a great day. Be well.